Hello, good evening. We are Group 5. This is our case analysis. The members are Ayson, Eduvane, Martin, Telpo, and Villanueva.
Our chosen case is capacity concerns, more specifically, Case 6-2, page 281 from Chapter 6 of Hilliard's Introduction to Management Science, 7th edition. Now, for a brief overview of the case, Bentley Hamilton, a senior executive at Communicorp, urgently addresses his team due to a severe internal communications breakdown between departments. Hamilton reveals that departments like sales, marketing, manufacturing, and warehousing operate in silos, leading to inefficient production and order fulfillment. Now, he announces a phased implementation of a company wide intranet over 5 months. Now, Emily Jones, head of corporate information management, is tasked with planning the intranet infrastructure. Her responsibilities include selecting and timing server purchases to support each department's rollout while minimizing costs. Hamilton expects a cost effective, technically sound server acquisition plan from Emily by week's end. Now, to answer the first question, from months 1 to 5, Emily should purchase three types of servers: one mini desktop server, two desktop servers, and one workstation server. The given issue is a linear programming resource allocation problem. Departments require various types and size of employees to be supported depending on the type of server available, which has a specific capacity per cost. Now, the difficulty is how to allocate the proper mixture of servers to departments in an economical manner and to fulfill all the support needs when such planned installations are made. Now, given the server types and amounts, the total cost of the first method amounts to $22,500. Now, the spreadsheets and further elaboration leading to our conclusion will continue in the preceding slides.
Hi, I'm Robinson Eduvane. So, for number two, the question is Emily realizes that she could perhaps achieve savings if she bought a larger server in the initial months to support users in the final months. She therefore decides to evaluate the number and types of servers to purchase over the entire planning period. Formulate a spreadsheet model to determine which servers Emily should purchase in which months to minimize total costs and support all new users. How many which types of servers should be purchased in each month? How much is the total cost of the plan? So the answer that I got is in the second approach, Emily has a plan of considering the whole planning horizon rather than one on a month by month basis so as to make more cost effective decisions. Okay, so she would not need to purchase servers to meet end of each month needs like she has been doing when servers of high capacity can be purchased early and the biggest she can get to because discounts will be applicable especially in the first 2 months. The optimal solutions using Solver tool and spreadsheet model shows that optimal solution is to purchase one workstation server and one desktop server during the first month, which is sufficient to accommodate all 365 users at the end of month 5 or 5th month. Okay, so the workstation server at a 10% discount will support at a maximum of 200 users, and a desktop server will support 80 users, and this leaves a gap that can be used to support the rest of the departments as the months progress. The early purchase of this reduces costs because of the discounts offered during the early months and expensive repetitive costs of having to buy fewer servers. The overall expenses associated with this optimized plan are $14,000, which are much lower than the $22,500 that the first method would require. Thank you.
I'm Alicia Terrell A. Villanueva. I'll be answering the third question, which is why is the answer using the first method different from that using the second method? The first method's answer differs from the second method's answers due to the first method's objective is minimizing the cost on monthly basis, as well as focusing on the immediate needs only. This will lead to them having more expenses overall due to the distance that they miss and the inefficient server scaling. The second method's objective is to optimize the purchases throughout all months. This allows Emily to better upfront investments in larger servers, which will lead them to leverage bulk discounts and reduce the long-term cost they will incur. Overall, the difference between the two methods is that the first method prioritizes short-term, step-by-step decisions. The second method, on the other hand, focuses on the long term as well as it minimizes the total expenses throughout the months.
Hello, my name is Artie Luque Martin, and I'll be presenting the fourth question. Are there other costs for which Emily is not accounting in her problem formulation? If so, what are they? Yes, Emily's current problem formulation overlooks numerous crucial costs. These are the costs related to the expenses for physically installing the servers and the wider internet infrastructure, ongoing maintenance and technical support, as well as the acquisition of necessary software licenses. Furthermore, there will be expenses for staff training on the new system, including productivity losses from early glitches or employee opposition, and ongoing server power consumption. Lastly, there would be considerable costs incurred should additional server space or cooling systems be installed.
So for the question, what further concern might the various departments of Communicorp have regarding the Intranet? The implementation of a company-wide Intranet at Communicorp seeks to enhance operations and communication, but may raise concerns among departments. The sales department might fear training disruptions and data access issues, while manufacturing could worry about server reliability affecting production. The warehouse team may question the intranet's compatibility with inventory system, and marketing might have concerns about the accuracy and collaboration. Moreover, there may be resistance to technological change and along with worries about data security and the learning curve. To ensure a successful rollout, Communicorp must proactively address these concerns through clear communication, phase training, and strong IT support, demonstrating a commitment to effective change management.
Now, this is the spreadsheet for the first method of the case analysis. First, input your data. Start by inputting your server types along the top row. Underneath each, input the cost per unit and capacity. In the department section, input the number of employees in each department, and below that, fill in each month's server allocation and calculate cost per month and budget available, which is 9,500 for the first 2 months. At the bottom row, enter the formulas for the number of servers initially guesses or left blank. Now, the formula used, which is the total cost formula in still J19, is equal sum product cost per unit, comma, server amount. This multiplies the number of each server purchased by their unit cost and sums the total. Now, why this formula? It calculates total budget spent, which we are trying to maximize while staying within departmental budget limits. Now, open the solver and configure the parameters. Set objective or the total cost cell to max because we aim to utilize the full budget without overspending. Change the variable cells into server amount. These are the decision variables. The constraints to server equals integer. You can only purchase whole servers. Server cost to budget available. Total cost per month must not exceed the budget allocated for that month. Now, optional is the non-negative values only. So check make unconstrained variables non-negative, and the solving method select simplex LP, suitable for linear programming problems with linear relationships and constraints. Now, this setup helps determine the optimal mix of service to purchases, such as that the employee capacity needs are met, department budgets are not exceeded, and costs are maximized for efficient budget utilization.
In method 2, we optimize server purchases over all 5 months instead of deciding monthly. Using Excel Solver, we minimize total costs while ensuring at least 365 users are supported by the end. Each server type had unknown capacity and discounted costs if bought early. The model recommended buying 2 workstation servers in month 1, covering 400 users for just 18,000 US dollars. This method proved more cost effective than method 1 as it allowed for upfront investments, leverage discounts, and avoided excess purchases by planning across the entire period.
That has been our case analysis. Thank you.